members. Wishing to speak, Dr. Libby Saunier, Louisiana Policy Institute for Children.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Libby Saunier. I'm the Executive Director of the Louisiana Policy Institute for Children, as well as part of the Ready Louisiana Coalition that is made up of over 120 organizations squarely focused on increasing investment in early care and education. The $51.67 million that was taken out of the budget in the amendment affects 4,000 children who are going to be able to maintain access to quality early care and education. Currently, right now, we have a $200 million hole in our budget because of federal fund money being used. That was COVID relief dollars. That affects 16,000 children. And so that $51.67 million that was taken out of the budget in the amendment, as how it appears to look right now, allows us not to be able to serve 4,000 of those 16,000 children. Just wanted to make the committee aware of that. We know that we've had record low unemployment in our state, and at the same time, we've served the most children that we've served in child care assistance in over a decade. This is paramount for us to have an economy to thrive. It's a workforce of today and tomorrow issue. This is a critical infrastructure issue, is what child care is, and we really would urge and respectfully request to figure out a way to put that $51.67 million back in the budget. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Saunier. There are no questions. Let's see. Megan Garriston, Young Scholars Academy.
Hi, my name is Megan Garrettson. I'm the owner of Young Scholars Academy. We're a Type 3 facility and a 5-star. I just wanted to say I'm very disappointed to see this is how we're starting off with cutting those funds, the same funds that were just mentioned, the $51 million. I urge you to put that CCAP funding back in. I wanted to bring to your attention, myself and other providers have a wait list until 2024. Without this funding, families cannot access quality childcare. I also want to note that if we do put this funding back, not only will these children get access to the quality care they need and deserve, those parents of those children can then go to work and help with these staff shortages our businesses of this state are facing, and it feels like a win-win. Thank you.
Thank you. And again, I fully appreciate what you're saying, and believe me, early childhood is an important aspect of which we funded. But just to be clear, even of the $51 million that we're cutting, $36.2 million remains in the budget for CCAP, and there's $150 million total in that fund. So there is still dollars that we're working toward. And again, we fully support the program and will continue to do that. But it's just want to be clear that there's still money available and still funding for that within that fund.
I appreciate that clarity. It's still not enough based on the numbers that we know that are still waiting to be served.
Yes.
And with our children, we have to start with birth to 5 to get them ready for K through 12. So the investment is really needed. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for coming.
Rochelle Wilcox.
Rochelle, okay. Rochelle, you.
Okay. Good morning. I am Rochelle Wilcox. I am an early learning center provider. I have 3 early learning centers in the greater New Orleans area. I also am the co-founder of For Providers by Providers, which represents over 100 Type 3 early learning centers in the greater New Orleans area, in the greater Louisiana area, which is over 30,000 students. I'm very disappointed in the amendment cutting $52 million from child care assistance programs. Our state is in the process of losing $200 million in federal child care funding, which is 16,000 seats across the state being lost. That $52 million would save 4,000 of these seats. We are already on a wait list. Right now, we have teachers that we need to continue to increase their pay. This is one of the publicly funded systems that we have to do that. We are in a teacher crisis. This is the only way that we can continue to ensure those children that are already marginalized, those children that are public funded, to make sure that they are in high quality seats. So I am asking that this does not happen. This is already one of the sources for our most vulnerable children to get seats. And if we're cutting it, where will they go? If we are saying right now in the state of Louisiana, children are not ready for school, why are we cutting funding? If we invest, the more we invest in early care and education, we get a $13 return. Every dollar that we invest in early care and education. Please do not, I urge you to find a way to restore the $52 million in new funding to CCAP before this session is over. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And again, to be clear, we're not cutting the funding, we're not replacing the federal funds that were there, but just for everyone's edification in terms of early childhood, we have in state general fund over $110 million in this bill that we're putting to early childhood education. That will provide for another $165 million in federal dollars, and in total in early childhood for fiscal year 24, there will be $331,913 to early childhood education.
So are you saying that this will not reduce the amount of seats that we have currently that's already reduced?
I can't speak specifically to the seats. I'm speaking to the dollars that are available for early childhood development. How that money is used is within the programs and the money that is allocated. So regarding the seats will be depending upon the money that's within that program. But I'm just letting you know in terms of where the funding for this budget is. We have over $110 million from child care assistance, LA4 early childhood program, non-public school early childhood development, and early childhood care, $110 million of state general fund. Okay, yes, ma'am.
My name is Amy Clancy. I'm the Director of Early Childhood at the Children's Coalition for Northeast Louisiana. We serve the child care centers in the Northeast region of the state, as well as many of our school districts as well. I again am asking to have that $51 million be spent for early childhood. It is absolutely essential that young children have access to quality early care and education to ensure, one, that children are getting the early experiences that they need to arrive to school ready to learn. We also, at the same time, early care and education is also supporting families to be able to show up for work or pursue higher education, which helps us overall, as Rochelle said, supports our overall economy when we have families working, and we're also preparing children for the future. So I just wanted to urge that $51 million be used for early care and education.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you both for being here. Okay, members, there are no additional questions. We do have cards in opposition. Ms. Mary Johns from Self in opposition, Cindy Bishop, Child Care Association, Tara Emery, London Bridge, Kirby Van Nagel, Ariel Hughes, Carousel Preschool, Noel Lewis, Carousel Preschool, Diane Schnell, Jefferson Ready, Start Network, Tammy Howard, the Education Trust Louisiana, Crystal Ellis, Save the Children, Julie Harris for Self, Mason Shannon, Power Coalition, Allison Swift, Beloved Community NOLA, Lanier Landry for Providers, Brian Dorgies, West Baton Rouge Ready Start, Jerry Hanner Early Childhood, Christy Givens Child Excellence, Jeannie Osmiker Carousel Preschool, Jamie Calabrero West Baton Rouge, Sarah Berthelot, Louisiana Association of United Way, Letha Rudd, Self, Patsy Halloway, Self, Kristen Rudd, Self, Ansel Radford, Power Coalition, Logan Wolf, Power Coalition, Joseph Cook, Power Coalition, Ricky Limo, Power Coalition, Kelly Joshua, Power Coalition, Derek Toops, Agenda for Children, and Courtney Rogers, Agenda for Children. Okay, members,